The world first got to know George Takei as Sulu on Star Trek in the original TV series and the 6 movies that followed. And these days, the 77-year-old is a huge presence on social media and makes no secret of his views on civil rights. In a new documentary called Be Takei, he gives fans a deeper look into his personal life with his husband, Brad.
Notice every time George says something serious about a relationship, he always laughs immediately after it.
What's that mean?
I don't know. I think it's psychological.
I find it amusing.
Like
bringing joy.
Like he'll say, notice Brad's gained some weight over the decades.
Well, that is funny. I find it eminently amusing.
Well, maybe I don't.
You don't? I'm sorry.
I'm very sensitive about it.
George Takei is here this morning in a tremendous sport coat, by the way, we should say. So when they came to you about this documentary, you were skeptical at first. You didn't commit right away. Why?
No, because we've had many approaches, and we don't want a vanity project. You know, so many actors have documentaries done that make them look more glamorous, more intelligent, more wonderful. We wanted essentially to share the normality of our lives, my husband and I, because people have stereotype images of a same-sex marriage or union. And so we wanted to accomplish that, the normality, although there's a lot of craziness when you're married to an actor, you know, the traveling around and the schedules that we have to keep. So we wanted to do that. And we had met with the documentarian Jennifer Crute many, many times, had many discussions, shared many meals, and we came to trust her thoroughly, and we gave her carte blanche.
It's interesting, too, because in addition to those great moments where you're quibbling about weight, there's also a moment in this documentary where we see discrimination firsthand. Your partner, you're trying to get an award in Tokyo. What was that moment to share that with so many people? What was that like for you?
It was very painful. It was a moment when I'm getting an award from the Emperor of Japan, Emperor Akihito, in the Imperial Palace. And because this was before we got married, we were not married. And I think it was also the fact that we were same-sex. There were others that were being honored from various parts of the world, and they had their spouses with them. And only Brad, my partner at that time, had to stay on the bus that brought us to the Imperial Palace. I started my life with a horrific discrimination, if you want to call it that.
Right, the internment camps during World War II.
Simply because we happened to look like the people that bombed Pearl Harbor. We were summarily rounded up and put in barbed wire prison camps, machine guns pointed at us from sentry towers, searchlights that followed us when we made the night runs to the latrine. I grew up as a boy from 5 to almost 9, the duration of the Second World War.
4 years in an internment camp.
4 years, the duration of the war. But the worst part of it for us, the kids, was being released, coming home, because we were absolutely penniless. I mean, everything had been taken from us. Our first home was on Skid Row in downtown Los Angeles. The hostility was still intense. My father's first job was a dishwasher in a Chinatown restaurant.
Incredible story. And, you know, so many of us know you and have followed you because we watched Star Trek growing up, and that character, Sulu. You still have so many fans, and you still embrace those fans, and you have a huge social media following.
Yep.
How did that happen?
Well, it started with sci-fi geeks and nerds, but one of my missions in life is to tell the story of the internment.
Yeah.
Because I think we learn more from those chapters of our history where our democracy faltered than from the many, many glorious chapters that we have.
And is there a lot of that in the documentary?
There is a lot of that in the documentary. We developed a musical on that chapter of American history. And the documentary chronicles that. And it also chronicles my Star Trek life. One of the gifts is my Star Trek professional colleagues have become my dear friends. And they're all in the documentary.
Well-
And they followed the development of allegiance throughout, and we documented it in the documentary.
Well, great to finally meet you in
Fascinating
person.
story.
Very exciting, George Takei. Thank you so much.